Alright, so today we're going to be making chocolate chip cookies. They're one of the easiest and most well worth the time desserts you could possibly make. It only takes 8 ingredients, and you probably have all 8 of them in your house already. If not, probably 7 of them. You can only get 1 at the grocery. So the 8 ingredients are salt, cinnamon, baking soda, unsalted butter, all-purpose flour, white sugar, brown sugar, and then finally, eggs. Alright, so now that we've got all of our ingredients laid out, the first step is to melt the butter. When you melt butter, you kind of want it to get brown because that changes the flavor a little bit and makes it a little bit sweeter for baked goods. Alright, that's good. Alright, now that we've browned our butter, we're going to add 2 more of our favorite ingredients, white sugar and brown sugar. We've let our butter cool down a little bit so that it won't scramble the eggs when we eventually put those in there. So obviously you don't want to mix up scrambled eggs and chocolate chip cookies. This is the white sugar, and here's the brown sugar. Alright, now we're going to mix these 3 things to combine. Alright, now that we've mixed our sugars and our butter together, we're going to add 2 cold, large white eggs. And again, we're going to mix these to combine. Alright, now that we've mixed our wet ingredients together, we're going to put these to the side and we're going to start whisking together our dry ingredients. So here's all our all-purpose flour, and then here's our mixture of salt, baking soda, and cinnamon. And we're just going to mix that together. Yeah, so now that we've mixed our dry ingredients and our wet ingredients, we're going to add the dry to the wet. What you want to do to cut down on gluten, because we're not making bread, we're going to add only half of the dry ingredients at a time, and then we're going to add the other half after we mix in the first. Just like that. You're just going to mix. Alright, so now that we've got our ingredients mixed, the only thing left to add are the chocolate chips. We're using semi-sweet and we're using a whole bag, 12 ounces. And I'm just gonna use my, my hands to fold these in because the spoon's gonna be a little bit of a problem. So now we're gonna actually put the cookies on the baking sheet. This is kind of where you can become creative, make them whatever size you want them to be, whatever you like. What I like to do is grab a whole big chunk like this, making a little ball, and then break it in half. It adds a little bit of texture, makes them look a little cooler. And yeah, just put them on there. We got our cookies on the baking sheet. We're gonna put it in at 350. We've already preheated it, and you can cook it for between 12 and 17 minutes, depending on how done you like them to be. I like mine to be a little bit melty, so I'm only gonna put them in for 14 minutes. All right, so it's been 14 minutes. I'm gonna take them out. They look pretty done. All right, now we're gonna let them cool for a few minutes. Make sure they harden up a little bit, and that's about it for this. All right, so we've let them cool down for about 5 minutes. Now it's time to try one. As you can see, break it apart, still ooey gooey after 14 minutes. It's good.